Hi, I'm astrologer and AstroCoach Penny Dix. Welcome to tonight's live stream to look at the energies for the forthcoming new moon in Capricorn, which is on January the 2nd. So first of all, just wishing you happy Christmas, happy holiday season, happy new year, and hope all of you are well and healthy in this rather challenging time. So we have a new moon in Capricorn on the 2nd, and it's at 12 degrees 22, and it actually takes place on the 2nd of January at 1933 Central European time. So this new moon is actually a lovely new moon to start the year with, because this particular new moon is bringing opportunities to start the year as we mean to go on. To embrace opportunities for new growth, to let go of traditions that really don't sit well in the 21st century, because Capricorn always gives us a chance to build new, more appropriate ways of conducting business, our work, and to work with the ongoing challenges of what we've still got going on, which was exact on Christmas Eve, the Saturn-Uranus square. Now, Saturn, you'll probably have heard me talk about before, is about restriction. It's holding us back. It's rules. It's law. And haven't we seen all of that lately? Whereas Uranus, making a hard, difficult aspect to Saturn, wants freedom. And so we are all caught in the grip of this kind of energy. And that energy is still abounding with this new moon and will continue for the first couple of months of 2022. And Uranus, as I said, our planet of freedom, the unexpected, is making a very nice, kind, helpful aspect to this new moon. And what I wanted to say with this is, don't wait for life to shake you up with unexpected, chaotic events. You need to shake yourself up so that you've got some control over the direction you're heading. So with this unpredictable, innovative planet Uranus, I think you have to expect unexpected events, and these will propel you forward with new ideas that you might have for your career, your work, for increasing your finances. It's actually a very interesting new moon energy. And it's also a perfect time to practice visualization and to dream and attract into your life the situations you need to advance yourself in your life. And that brings me to Jupiter, our planet of luck, opportunity, and abundance, because Jupiter on the 29th is moving into Pisces, and it co-rules Pisces with Neptune. And this is building up energy for an amazing conjunction we're going to have in April between Neptune, our planet of dreams, mysteries, hidden things, and Jupiter, this planet of abundance and opportunity. So Jupiter really moving into Pisces, even though it's not making an exact angle to this new moon, its energy is there. And it's beneficial, and it's helping you with business relationships, anything that sort of really benefits visions that you have for your long-term future. The other thing about this Capricorn new moon is that sometimes we need to have a reality check. And that comes with Capricorn, because Capricorn is very much about hard work. It encourages us to have that commitment to plans and projects that we've got. And it helps us to see that the hard work will pay off in the long term, which can ultimately, because Pluto is in Capricorn, transform our working life and our lives in general into something much more interesting and workable to take forward into the future. But there's also the edge here that we have to face our ego head on. And we have to allow the lessons from the past to heal the present, which will enable us to shed any defensive aspects of our personality. Because, you know, we're human and we have these kind of lower, baser vibrational aspects of envy, of competition, of fear. And that really holds us back and prevents us from moving forward. It's also like the disagreements that we have, or the judgment we get into of others that have differing views to us. You know, the wonderful thing about the human race is that we have the ability to have the vision of life in so many different aspects and ways. And in some ways, nobody is right and nobody's wrong. We just have different views. So I really want to encourage with this new moon energy the ability for us to actually embrace others that have differing views, that it's okay, that we respect each other. Because if we can release that ego and have that ultimate awareness of the interconnectedness that we have with each other, it actually helps us to initiate our goals in a way that the universe can respond to with love and help. You see, Venus, who is our planet of love, relationship, it's our planet of self-worth, value. Venus is currently retrograde in Capricorn. And Venus is asking us to review who or what is most valuable in our lives. To find ways to overcome these lower energies, you know, the ones I've mentioned of competition, greed, envy, and embark on a road of healthy collective encouragement. Lift each other up, enable each other to co-create. You know, humans as a tribe are exactly that. We're a tribe, which means that our connectivity and working together for the highest good of all is very much what we should be aiming towards with this hard-working new moon energy. And in a sense, it's what Saturn, our planet of rules, laws, hard work, is encouraging us to do from that higher vibration of Aquarius, where it's currently residing. Let's also just bring in Mercury, our planet of communication, thought, interaction, because Mercury is now currently in the early degrees of Aquarius. So it's in a wide conjunction to Pluto in Capricorn. So all this energy is around that Capricorn new moon energy. Mercury is going retrograde in the middle of January. And I think whilst it remains in Aquarius in its forward motion, it can give us a sense of connection to the wider whole. It's almost as if we're on the brink, collectively, of sensing the bigger picture that transformative Pluto is really pushing us towards. And the other thing I was thinking is be aware of your drifting thoughts at the moment. Because you might find ideas come to you that transform and completely change your beliefs. Don't be afraid to let go of long-held beliefs, whatever they might be related to. Recognize how healthy it is for us to see a truth that we couldn't trust before, and embrace a new way of thinking so that our beliefs become truths and not just beliefs. So use this energy of the new moon not only to invite in on a mundane level success for your careers, for new business endeavors, but to invite in a collective healing for humanity, and to set those clear intentions for common sense and clarity for the planet. It's certainly a new moon perfectly aligned for positive New Year resolutions, but you need to use your resolutions wisely. I'm reminded there was a beautiful post I saw on social media recently that provides excellent use of this new moon energy. I did share it, so some of you might have seen it. And what was suggested in this post was to spend 10 seconds every hour sending happiness to someone we know, whether we like them or not. Think how powerful that collective energy could be, not only for others, but for you too. Okay, so now let's see where this new moon energy is for each of you. So as usual, I'm going to start with Aries. I've been talking a lot, don't I always? Okay, Aries. This new moon for you is very about some interesting kind of changes, perhaps unexpected events that can really propel your working life, your career into a new direction, a direction that you probably or possibly hadn't even thought was possible. And there may be some resistance in you, because it may be that as this sort of door opens up, you are a little bit reluctant to see that this could be helpful for you. But actually, I think it's really worth looking at and just seeing what this new path is that the new moon is actually unfolding for you. There's also a sense for you with this new moon that you may be feeling much more connected with something greater than ourselves. I like to call it the divine or the universe. So whatever the name is for your particular sense of that is greater than us, I really feel this time, this particular energy around the next couple of weeks is going to connect you with a part of yourself that can intuitively sense the best way forward. Taurus. For you, this is very much about connecting with, again, higher energies and stretching your mind. I think if you really go into something in depth now, Taurus, if you really look behind what you're first seeing when you perhaps read the page on a book or you research something deeply, there's something that is really capturing your imagination. And the news or the information that you are gleaning from this kind of research that you are doing could really be the start of setting you off on a new path with an opportunity to launch a project, to launch a new idea in a very interesting way. And in some ways, this will help to bring healing to a part of you that perhaps has been quite silent, secret, and perhaps doesn't say much, but there's a part of you that gets quite hurt. And so there's something about this new moon that can actually be quite healing for you. Gemini. So, Gemini, what's going on for you with that part of you that really needs to transform? That part of you that would like to connect with energies outside of yourself, that with some kind of sense of the deep, dark, transformative energies of life. Because there's a sense with this new moon that you could actually be waking up in quite a new way and feeling a sense of inner freedom in yourself. So it's a very personal, inner new moon for you, this one, Gemini. And I do feel it is actually going to help you to feel much more optimistic about the future, much more hopeful, and pay attention to any random thoughts or dreams or ideas that pop into your mind, because I think they'd be worth following up. Let's move on to Cancer. So for you, this is very much about the significant people in your life and new opportunities to take your relationship up to another level, to really let it unfold in a way that perhaps you never thought was really possible. And there's a sense of with you and another, of allowing each other a freedom, of a new trust coming in that perhaps had been kind of a little bit distant before, but that there's a trust there that really actually helps you to have an unconditional, loving relationship with the person that is nearest and dearest to you. And I think it's going to help you, I think it's going to help you see how you can really change things in a very positive way this year, Cancer. Think about the projects that you would like to launch. Think about anything that you've kept on the back burner. Now's the time to bring those to the front burners and put them on simmer and see what you can add to these pots to make them marketable. Right, Leo. So for you, this is in the part of your chart which is very much to do with your day-to-day routine. And I think, Leo, you've found it a bit of a struggle with certain elements of your physicality, your physical sort of routine. And I'm sure Christmas has not helped you much with that. But I think something is going to happen to do with your career that is going to be a little bit like a wake-up call. And you are going to think, oh my God, I think I have to put the rest of the mince pies in the bin because I've really got to take proper care of myself, because things are going to change quite suddenly. Suddenly, and in quite an exciting way for you, Leo. I just think I'm super excited for you, Leo. I really do think this could be your year, and this new moon is setting the scene for that. Virgo. So a new moon in Capricorn for you in the part of your chart that's very much to do with fun, partying, romance. So if you're looking for romance, if you're looking for love or a little kind of romantic liaison, then this Capricorn new moon could really bring that to you. And you know what? The person that could come into your life would be super reliable, super loyal, somebody that you really feel you could relax with. And it could happen quite suddenly. And this person could actually be somebody from afar. So it could be somebody that comes from a distance or of a different nationality to you. But I do think that you are moving into a period of your life where for you relationships are going to take quite center stage. And I think some of those dreams you've had, which just have seemed to take forever to manifest, are finally going to start showing signs of actually happening. Okay, let's move on to Libra. So for you, Libra, this new moon is in the part of your chart that is to do with that very private part of you, that home, that family. And I think it's very much for you about allowing family relationships to change. It may be that a family member surprises you with some kind of proposition which is a little bit unusual. But, you know, that's the nature of Uranus. Uranus in Taurus can bring all sorts of unusual prospects to actually fill our piggy banks up. And I think if you are really mindful of this energy and actually take the time to connect on an inner level daily with that kind of, you know, it's not something you're always comfortable with, Libra, but an inner spiritual bit of yourself. Maybe see it as your intuition, as your gut feeling, but that would be a really good energy to connect with this new moon. Scorpio. This is so much about neighbours, communication, things that are kind of close at hand in your locality. It might be that, again, if you're single, you could meet somebody right out of the blue that really lights your fire, Scorpio. And Scorpio, you know, this could throw a little bit of a spanner in the works in more senses than one. And I just think, you know, with Jupiter moving into Pisces in December, I just think that there could be an abundance of admirers, and not just one. I think there could be several opportunities if that's what you're looking for. If it's not where you are, then this is a new moon of renewed ability to communicate in a very productive and thoughtful way, and clear. It brings clarity. So let's move on to Sagittarius. For you, it's a new moon in the second house. So this is very much about your finances, property, possessions, also your self-value. And it could be that new opportunities come in, especially with that Uranus in Taurus, through your work to make some extra cash. And I can't tell you what it is because it's unexpected. So just trust that, Sagittarius, because I think that could be very interesting energy. I also think that with Jupiter in Pisces in the part of your chart that is to do with your home and family, there's going to be a nice sense of good feeling, of luck, abundance. Maybe a family member will have some good news, but there's something around that energy of the new moon that feels very luxurious as well, very comfortable. Now let's move on to Capricorn. Well, of course, this is your new moon. This is in your house. So it's very much an opportunity for you, Capricorn, to have a new beginning, to make over, to reinvent yourself. And Uranus in Taurus, in that part of your chart that is to do with romance and love affairs and projects, parties, fun, creativity, could see you coming out of the shadows a bit and perhaps being a little bit more avant-garde in the way that you display yourself. You may surprise people with the kind of wardrobe that you decide to bring in, because normally you're quite conservative. But maybe you need to actually just break out a bit, Capricorn. And then I think that Jupiter in your third house, Pisces, can really bring you some very interesting comments and compliments and opportunities to meet new and interesting people. What about you, Aquarius? So Aquarius, this new moon for you is again about the inner you. This is very much about you getting a sense of who you are and how you can change. I feel as if things will be happening within the family, within the home front, that are urging you to change and transform in a way that you find quite difficult, because Aquarius, you know, I mean this in the nicest possible way, but you do like to be in charge of everything. You do like everything according to the world, according to Aquarius. And this is asking you, this new moon, to just reach out a bit, to just see the bigger picture. Aquarius, your sign is about the bigger picture. And you know what? The other exciting thing is that with Jupiter in your second house of Pisces, well, this could bring a lucky windfall. Now, how cool would that be to start the new year off with? And finally, we come on to Pisces. So this new moon for you, Pisces, is in the part of your chart to do with the bigger picture. It's to do with projects. It's to do with larger groups of people. So anything you want to initiate that will involve larger groups of people, maybe you're launching a business and you need to have a good reach with the people that you put your business intentions out to, then you've got to up the way you communicate. I think you've got to change the way you communicate. I think you need to communicate in a way that seems much freer and much more it's like approachable. That's the word I'm searching for. And with Jupiter now in your sign, Pisces, apart from you needing to watch out for your waistline, because I'm afraid Jupiter, when we have it in the first house, which will be in our own personal sign, can mean that we put on a few extra pounds. But Jupiter in every other sense is giving you luck, opportunity, abundance, an amazing amount of opportunity, and new ideas can come in to really kick off this new year in a very exciting way. Okay. Excuse me. So thank you so much for all coming to join me for this new moon in Capricorn, which is on January the 2nd. I'd just like to tell you that I have got a competition running. It's being run by Gozo in the House. You'll see that I do my full moons live, and they are hosted by Gozo in the House. And this competition is to win a session with me to find out what astrological energies are around for you for 2022. All you have to do to enter this competition is subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you just go to Penny Dix Astrologer AstroCoach and you click on subscribe. And then on the Goes Are in the House post, you just tag a friend and say, I've subscribed. How easy is that? And the winner's going to be announced after the draw on New Year's Eve. So a nice, interesting competition for you all to get involved with. In the meantime, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to have a one-to-one with me and you don't win it with the competition, then please go to my website and you can contact me via the website. And I just want to wish you all the best for 2022. It is going to be easier. It is going to be different. It's actually going to have some unexpected twists and turns that really are unpredictable, which is why I can't predict them. But I can predict it's going to be different from 20 and 21. So let's see what unfolds. So thank you again so much for joining me. Bye for now.